I want to start by sharing two thoughts. The first one is Mr. Frederick Douglass, who knew something about oppression. He was a slave in the US who fought for his freedom and later became a big speaker. He said, "It's easier to build strong youth than to fix broken men." I want to push that a little bit further by saying it's easier to build strong youth than to fix a broken society. Education is important. Education is important. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Sadly, in our past here in South Africa, it was used as a weapon for oppression. But today we've got different opportunities. Not that the past is undone, we still have to fix it. But we've got this opportunity, and education is a two-way street. It's not just from the teacher's side, it has to be from the student side as well. The teacher has to work hard, but the student as well. And one of the values of the department is to reward that, to reward excellence. As lecturers, we're a little bit like parents. We don't take pride for ourselves, we take pride in the achievements of our students. That's what makes you a good lecturer in my view. So with that thought, I'd like to ask Professor Kwatane to open and welcome us to this event today.
Thank you, Program Chair. I'm actually standing on behalf of the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment, and I've just resumed this job 3 days ago. But I'm pleased to be here to be part of this event. It is my honor to welcome everyone present to this Academic Excellence Award ceremony. And then in particular, I want to extend a special welcome to our distinguished guest in our midst. And specifically, I want to welcome the Gibela team that are here today. Mr. Joseph Mudau, on behalf of Economic Director of Gibela Railway Consortium, Dr. Buisu was supposed to be here, but she couldn't attend this event. And also, I want to welcome the guest speaker, which is the Associate Researcher, Dr. Muname Tlotleng from the CSIR, and to our representatives from the industry, because we value their presence today, and also other sectors who are present today. We are very much pleased for them to be here today, and I just want to emphasize that we are very much pleased for opening doors and embracing our students. And for example, by these awards and also giving them bursaries and also visibility of the TUT FEBE, which is also part of the industrial engineering on the national innovational landscape. And also by doing that, which means in order to demonstrate our students, in order to demonstrate their capabilities and therefore be given opportunity to our society. And also, I want, on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment, I just want to say that we truly value our relationship with industries, public sectors, and private sectors, which are key to ensuring the relevance of our program and research today. And then our gratitude goes to several stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, those stakeholders, firstly, you are the stakeholder, the students, it starts with you. And also the parents are also stakeholders, the university, management played a role, lecturers played a role, mentors and tutors, and the industry, the community, the government for the concerted efforts in supporting and enhancing the whole person development. The whole development of young talents here today, in grooming them for future leadership, and most of all, in raising this fine young person with diligent minds. And you should also know that your support through this process made an enormous impact in our society. And I just want to come to the students. I just want to say congratulations to all of you. And student academic excellence is not only the ability to score high marks, but it goes beyond this ceremony, which is the ability to cope with the changing world and be well equipped for the future, because it's not easy out there. And also, these awards are a way also to encourage good behavior and inculcate competitive spirit, and also to motivate all of you to shine in your respective fields. And I also say, once again, I welcome you all. You made us proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. And as you heard, today is all about the students, where we say thank you and congratulations to you. It's a very happy day, a joyous day, and an inspirational day. So, for an inspirational note, I'd like to welcome Mr. Arnold Sitole, who is an alumni of TUT. His success is derived from his ability to leverage stakeholder relationships. What does that mean? He can make something more out of what is in relationships. Now that's very important. His unique ability to build capacities of scale ensures fiscal responsibility and business growth. So without further ado, Mr. Sitole.
Standing before you is Arnold Sitole. I studied here as well. So, this is not a good example, I must start there. Being late and not coming on time, I want to apologize for that. I was supposed to come here and motivate you, but I realized that most of us are already motivated to get what we're currently getting. And sometimes what we're getting, it does not really serve us. So I want you to shift from being motivated to be inspired to take action. Let me first share a quick story with you. There was a lady in the Bible by the name of Esther. I'm sure if you have a Bible, you'll know her. The king in that area, he wanted to celebrate his wife with everyone. But guess what? The wife refused to come to the meeting. And the people who are with the king, they're like, how our wife going to respect us if your wife as a king refuse when you invite her to come when you want to celebrate her? And then they had a little meeting. They finalized that the wife needs to take a new wife. Sorry, the king has to take a new wife. And then part of that procedure, he had to spend at least 6 months with all the contestants. They promised the king that they will get him a fresh blood. And then they went on and get him a fresh blood. But in that group, there was Esther. That's what I want to highlight. Esther, she was very smart. She knew first that the uncle was working with the king. So he definitely knows something about the king. She gathered all the information that the king wanted and how to best serve the king, if I can put it that way. And then she used that information to her advantage. When she went there, she presented exactly what the king wanted. So what I want to talk to you about today, in your own life, what do you need? Is it graduation, earn more money to finance your family, good time with loved ones? Also, to take your kids to a higher education that you want to, of your future, if I can put it that way, what you wanted that you could not get. But in order for you to get all these things, there are things that you need to do as a person so that it qualifies you to get all these things that you need in life. But let's look at these areas of life, because in the past, most of us will only focus on one area of our life we want to achieve. But life is not around one area. There is many areas of your life, depending on you, which areas that you choose to get them to serve you best. So after when you have listed everything as your life areas, you need to move to a wheel of life. A wheel of life is something that looks like this. So you will color each and every area to what level you are currently. So for example, if you look at okay, I'll just continue. Okay, you look at any areas here. Well, what you see, the true representation of what you have as your life. If you were to take this as the wheel and put it in your car, tell me how far can you drive? You probably won't go far because the car will not even move faster. But there's also something that I want to share with you. When I was at the varsity, I met this young, beautiful lady that I wanted to marry one day. But if you can look at her, then I was away from a class. I was not in the same category. She was looking for something that was out of this world, and I was not that. She definitely told me that you're not what I'm looking for. But the most important things that I wanted to share with you, you list everything that you want in life. And then after listing everything that you want in life, then you need to list who you need to become to get all those things that you want in life. Let me tell you, because I knew that we managed to get married with the very same lady. We have kids, we travel together, we do things together. But in the beginning, she refused me. She rejected me. So life is gonna throw you all those kinds of things. But the important part that I want you to get from this, what you truly want, you can attract it to you if you know how to position yourself. You go to interviews, you get rejected because you're not presenting what they want. You go to get a job, you don't know how to actually get where you want to get with the job that you have. So having all the stuff that you need to achieve is going to help you to actually get to who you want to be and get what you want in life. Never look at the current situation when you're busy with your own planning. Look what you always wanted as a kid. You know, a kid does not have limitation. He does not know about the bad record of finance. He doesn't know all those things. So you need to tune your mind as a kid when you're planning for your own life. Okay, let me share something with you. Do you want to know why you are where you are now? Or what you have now? When you look in the mirror, that person that you see is the one that brought you where you are. And if you're not happy with where you are, it's his fault or her fault. So make sure that when you go to the mirror, you see the true reflection that's going to give you what you want. Even if it's not there yet, it's that in the mind. Mind, we know that there's two ways of seeing things. There's this, but you also hear people when they close their eyes, I can see. When you're seeing with your eyes, is sight. But when you're seeing with your mind, it's insight. So use your insight to create everything that you want. Every creation starts two. Everything building starts with in the mind, blueprint that is transferred to, and then it moves to the manifestation. Okay, after when you have listed everything, now you know who you need to become. Don't wish that things were easy for you to get what you want. Wish that you were more better. Even when you go for your own exam, you cannot just wish that the lecturers will just gonna give it to you with a silver platter. You need to prepare yourself to get good grades on the exam. So you need to get skills, you need to get knowledge. And by getting knowledge to all the areas that you need in life, you're gonna be successful one day. Success starts in the mind, and then at a later stage, you will see the manifestation of that success. Have you ever noticed that in the location, you will find a dog that will chase the car, and when the car stops, what does the dog do? Nothing. Most of us look for relationship, look for job, you look for everything, but let me tell you, people are stuck with what they wanted because they never prepared themselves. You look for job, people that are always on social media, at work. People, they got to who they wanted to be, but they don't know how to actually expand and live joyful with that person that they wanted. It's because we don't plan for our own life. We have made a similar mistake. And let me tell you that when you're on internships, when this internship expires, they don't take you. Why? You're always on your phone, you're not adding value in the company. In the company, it's all about adding the value, not who you are. Most of us, you get paycheck, but it's not what the company can pay. A company can pay even more than what they're paying you. There's possibilities that they're paying they're paying people 2 times, 3 times to what you're getting, or even 10 times. But you paid for the value that you actually bring in the company. After everything that you have put together, you need to start having visual board or vision board where you can envision everything, see it every day as you live what you want to achieve. Everything that matters in your life, but use those areas of life to make sure that you're living a balanced life. Okay, here are the key things that successful people are doing. They have routines. If you don't have routines, your life is a mess. Or you do have routines, but those routines are not serving you at this stage. Because at this stage, there are things that you do on a daily basis, but if it's not serving you, you'll always be stuck with it. You need to find a way to modify those routines. Most importantly, a morning routine that set the tone for the day. You look at healthy routines. Most of us, I was fat. There was a point that I could not even tie this button here. Fixing my collar, it was challenging because there was excess fat. You need to eat right. You need to start exercising if you have to. That way you're gonna live excellent life. And then productivity routine is what we are all called for at work. This is what you need to manage. You move to financial routines as well. It does not stop there. Most of us who are stuck in financial routines, we're always accumulating debts than we're supposed to stopping debts. We want to live a free financial zone area, if I can put it that way. But the most important part, you need to start getting rid of debts. If you don't have debts now, it's a good thing. Don't accumulate debts unnecessary. Thinking that you want people that you're living with to approve who you are. We are all stuck with this. It takes time to get it. Trust me, to get it, it's easy. You walk in, you tell them that you want it now. You have that first pay slip, they're gonna approve you, but they won't tell you about the interest rate that you're gonna get from that loan. Let me also share something with you. Do you currently have something that is gonna finance your dream other than the job? Because the job does not really finance it all the way. If you don't have one, let me give you the advice that I was given that maybe you perhaps never had before. Start looking actively. You need to be involved in your life. Financially, it does not matter what area it is. And then you need to also have evening routines that set the tone for the next day. And apart from all, you need to do everything in style. Never hand in yourself to people. Present yourself. Never hand in yourself to jobs. Present yourself so that they can see value in you. Even the people that you live with, let me tell you, if you dress well, people, they see value in you because the way you look is the true reflection of who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You need to represent yourself and dress well. It starts very small. You don't have to go and get a bank account to do this. Start with what you have. You need to surround yourself with the same people who have same goals. Surround yourself with people who see value in you. That way it will be easy to achieve all what you want. And once you get there, dominate. Life is a journey. Take it easy. Thank you.
Shorter. Thank you, Mr. Sithole, for that great word of inspiration. I think we all learned something from it. And it's always nice to see that a teacher doesn't just teach, he also does what he teaches for such an impeccably dressed person. Thank you. Now, after we've been inspired, I'd like to ask our proud sponsors and the people that make our lives worthwhile by supporting us, mostly financially. I'd like to ask Mr. Joseph Mudau from Gibela to have a quick word.
Good morning, colleagues. I hope you're well. My responsibility is to represent my employer, who happens to be Gibela. It's called Gibela Rail. We're in the business of manufacturing passenger trains. For those that are in Pretoria, you may have seen that there is a migration from the yellowish train to the bluish trains. Those trains, we are busy manufacturing them in Danota Springs, if you know the East Rand on the other side. That is where we are. And I think if you will have an opportunity to see the banners, the one you have on the bottom there, that is the type of train we're talking about, right? So the idea is to assist our customer, who happens to be PRASA, with a new fleet of trains. That is what we do. So one of the other things that we have done as part of our initiative in trying to support education, we forged a partnership with TUT. The partnership is about for 5 years, hoping that it's going to be renewed in the next 5 years, because our partnership is key when it comes to research and development. And so as we speak right now, we do have people that are funded through the chair. We've got initiatives that are funded through the chair because we want to participate as well when it comes to the subject of innovation. And so Gibela is very committed when it comes to that. We are very much committed to make sure that seated as you are, you become the best in what you want to do. One of the things that I want to mention, especially in recognizing what we are doing today, is to look at the, today we are looking at awards, where we need to awards, so when we want to recognize excellence. And I want you to know that Gibela is very much serious when it comes to the subject of excellence. And I also just want to warn you that if you have been following, in our country we've got many voices, and some of those voices, unfortunately to my professors, is becoming entrenched even when it comes to education, where people are now comfortable to celebrate mediocrity. We're even told that if you pass maths with 35%, that it's okay, you can go to varsity. You can go and do a post-matric qualification. That's celebrating mediocrity. We are now even surprised, I think, as education evolved, that you have got what we call mathematics lit. I don't even know what is that. I don't even know where you're going to use that. Because our world is somehow so embracing when it comes to mediocrity. And so today, I'm happy that we are recognizing excellence. When I looked at the dictionary, and I look at the synonyms of what excellence means, it means superb, it means beyond standard, just a general standard. And one of the things that you must also know is that companies, as we speak today, we are in the war for talents. We are in a war for people that are experts in the industry. People that are, in the past it was possible for one person to have multiple job opportunities. But nowadays it's no longer like that. You're finding that a person that is on the left and the right, you are going to fight for the similar opportunity. My question is, why should companies give you an opportunity? The reality of the matter is we are not going to look whether you were taught by Prof. Mpofu. We are not going to look whether you have been in TUT. We don't even use photos to check if you are the best candidate for us or not. This is not a beauty contest. This is a place where skills and expertise becomes a differentiation factor. So I want to challenge you that as a student, you cannot afford to be fooled that mediocrity is fine. You must know that excellence becomes key for success. And as Gibela, that is what we are committed to do. We don't, in all our initiatives that we have, we don't find people that are not serious with their studies. We don't find people who don't have a direction of life. We find people that are clear with where they want to go. We find people that are clear with their, with their dreams, people that want to achieve something. And did you know that you cannot plan your dreams beyond your schooling days? If you want to know whether a person will succeed or not, we don't see you during the interview, but we see you today on a daily basis. Your daily routines, which our speaker has spoken about, they differentiate you from the pack. It is possible that, seated as we are, some of you are going to catch on your dream as fast as possible, depending on how you value excellence. But there are those that are going to stay behind because they ignore what excellence is all about. So companies are looking for people that are excellent, people that understand that it doesn't assist anyone to be the jack of all trades. It assists someone when you specialize in something. If you say you are an industrial engineer, try to figure out areas of your interest. Try to figure out the areas of your growth. And that is why we are here. And as Gibela, this partnership, we value it so much. And that is why we keep on working very closely with the institution to make sure that we do our best in pumping in the best resources to make sure that the research here becomes a well-oiled machine. But it is nothing if you are not involved. It is nothing if all of us are going to be average. I want to conclude by congratulating everyone that is going to be recognized here. It is unfortunate that I'm not going to say those that are not going to be recognized, they must work next time. I will always say that we all have the similar opportunities. So we must make sure that we go and use this opportunity to better ourselves. And that is who Gibela is, to support excellence. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mudau. And thank you to Gibela. You know, there's a lot of truth in what he said. You know, sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. It's easy to pass high school because there's a national norm, but if you want to be successful, you have to differentiate yourself from the people around you. You have to have goals of your own, because the people running companies like Gibela, they know what they want. They don't want the normal standard for schools or to pass or whatever. They want the best guys. So you must differentiate yourself. I know it's preaching to the choir because you are the guys receiving the awards, but keep that in mind. An award is also just a piece of paper. You have to explore and improve yourself constantly. With that, we've got the honor of having a very good guest speaker today, Dr. Tlotleng, who is a senior researcher at the CSIR. He has received numerous awards for his research, and we'd like to welcome him to the stage to have a quick chat to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc, and good morning to you all. Guest of honors, how are you? Very good. You don't seem energetic. That is the first problem. Youth must always be ready. Like Umama Winnie says, Sekai cover anytime. So you are called upon by the engineering faculty to go out there and do as they have taught you. But that's not why I'm here. I am here to talk to you about a particular topic. But before we get to it, let me just give you an overview, gathering thoughts from all the speakers who have addressed you. They have one thing in common. They talk about a thought-planned future. So that leads to excellence. What does that mean? Let me just give you a brief overview about my life. Yes, I'm very young. That goes without saying. So I am from Mafikeng. You know, we are born in the city today. That is fine. So born in Mafikeng, in a village, like most of you probably are from the villages. You might think there are no opportunities for you, but look how far you've come. Look how far I stand. I went to a science school. I did very well. Mediocrity was never part of my life. And I stand proud of that. So we did what we had to do, get those distinctions in high school, go to university, do the very same engineering degrees. There's a reason why we do engineering. I'll cover that in a moment. About 4 years ago, I completed my PhD, and I want to spend a bit of a moment on why that was critical, you know. In my high school, we were 320 matrics doing maths and science only. There's no other subject. In the 320 in my class, 200 of us today have PhDs, right? So that was not something that happened by default. When we were sitting in a class, we all thought, which is the best university to go to? Which is the best degree to have? All of us, we agreed on one tone. The first one who gets his PhD has beaten us, all of us. And by the way, I was the first. So I was the first. But why the road to PhD was so nice, it's because of the lecturers, the support from companies that give you that support to drive you. I am still within my speech. I am just cultivating the platform. So why this day is important, it's because we are, acknowledging your excellence. But having said what I have said, you don't hope you're more excellent than me. That's why I'm a guest speaker. So, story fast forward, I have been involved in the scientific space to date. My common goal to youth, because I'm also youth, is that when you do set out and go to academia, post your degree, going into your BTechs, your honors, your MSc, your PhD, there is only one goal. You are competing with yourself because the many of your peers, they are not there. for certain reasons. There's a financial constraint at home, but who cares? I always told my parents, when I started going to school, I was not going to school to solve your poverty. This is your poverty, deal with your poverty. I have my own goals that I need to achieve. Remember, you will never solve the poverty of your mother's home with a salary of 200 rand. That is very fundamental. So you have to be distinguished so that you can get a distinguished salary that can distinguish the poverty back to the normalities, okay? So why this is important and why these people have been talking to you is to platform you to choose what is most best out of the mediocrity. So my common goal to youth, and Thabo is sitting here, is my student. I always tell my student, if you are 30 years old and you don't have a PhD, please don't come to me and say I must supervise you. You are wasting my time. And this for me is important because when you listen to what Dr. Swanepoel in his opening remarks says, he says, in the past, education was used as an oppression method. Of course, to the black communities, right? But there comes Mandela, fast forward. He says education is a key. The corridors of learning were opened to you guys. The question is, does it stop today because you will be carrying an award home, or you will be carrying a certificate that says, I have achieved? Who has told you that education ends? It's an ever-ending road, and appreciate that. So, how then do we move forward? We have to move forward in building the unbroken society. And the society that is very broken will never achieve the economic development that we seek to speak to in the National Development Plan. One might ask, why do I bring a National Development Plan into this whole thing? Excellency, right? I was once a student like you. What I have done with my fourth year project, I have built a water treatment system that supplies my community in the village with water. From the learning I received from the lecturers, I have implemented the very teachings. Why this is important to you while you achieve excellence in your life, do not burn the bridges. Wherever you come from, the lecturers, the institutions of South Africa are here to educate us so that whatever we have learned in class, we must bring back to communities. This is nothing short of what Umama Winnie would have wanted, right? She has built and multiplied in us. So as a social worker, she says, I will work for my people with my people. So the past speakers have been talking about excellence. Excellence must be recognized, but recognition will go beyond borders if you are still in touch with yourself. So on the invitation letter that I was given, I was told to speak about additive manufacturing, or advanced technologies. Isn't it that's what the world is talking about today? 3D printing. That is a very, very specialized field. So what do we mean by that? No mediocres are welcome. I am the gatekeeper and I do not welcome mediocres. It is very important because I also have set goals. I want to be a professor before I'm 35 and I'm about 4 years away from that. So I don't want mediocres to come and waste my time, like the previous speaker has said. So what do we do in the world of additive manufacturing? We are very clear. We want to do rapid prototyping, rapid production, whether it be for a train or anything like that. But that does not happen overnight, compatriots. It happens with the people who are eager to learn, but more importantly, the people who look for opportunities that will establish the economy within their country. This thing of us not reading the National Development Plan is wrong. Let me just take one abstract from the National Development Plan and why it is important for industrial engineers or the engineering body at large to read that document. Listen to this. The National Development Plan is looking to raise the economy of South Africa, the growth, by 2030, right? It wants to promote export market in this country. But while it's doing that, it wants to make a more involved and upmarket labor economy in the country, right? So how are we going to achieve that? We have to achieve that with skilled individuals like you who will then come and work with us in the additive manufacturing industry, right? So the additive manufacturing industry, if you go to Google today, it is amounting to, it's 10 years old, the whole thing, right? It amounts now to date to 343 billion US dollar. That is the market share. You know how much of that South Africa is owning? Probably 0.00001%. You know why? Because the many of these developed economies, your US, your China, they have invested in their youth to go and study, but not end on a dot line that was drawn by a particular person, but beyond the borders. Once they go back to where they come from, they implement the solutions into their economy, into their country. The country has fast-tracked their growth, and we are now buying from them instead of us manufacturing from our land. So why this is important and why we want you guys as engineers to carry the baton forward, going as far as you can reach, is such that you can help in this development of our country. I want to take you a step back. I want to ask you today, why is it that you saw it important to enter the corridors of learning? If you were told by someone to go and study, please go to those people and tell them, thank you. But the question you must ask yourself now is, what they have told you to do, is it necessary for you? If it's not, stop today. Go find something that is worth doing to do. Because education, while it's the only key to success, especially for the majority of us black kids, it's not something that we play with. It's an excellence that is involved. There's academic excellence, there's prestige excellence. All these things talks to the people who are doing well in their class. I want to say to you guys, the corridors of economy in South Africa have shrunk. There is no opportunities for employment. You have to, you see amongst yourself, probably going to apply to the same company, you will fight for that opportunity. But you can create your own space. And how you do that is to not look to the person next to you. Forget about them. They are running their own race. What you need to do is to say, how can I make a change while contributing to myself with? That is very important, right? So why I am here today is to talk to you about the opportunities that you're going to encounter if you go into the world of additive manufacturing. But before I do that, I must call upon individuals and the professors, of course, to educate you guys to become professional engineers. That goes beyond excellence. You know, you don't just get a certificate that says you've graduated BTech, whatever engineer, and you're an engineer. You need to be fostered to become an engineer. We've seen in the media, I mean, and that them that talks about press, they've been in shameful act in this country on the engineering side, you understand. And also, when you do go and seek for advices of how to become an engineer, do not do that in an individual forum. Associate yourself with the people who see value in what you want to achieve. Had it not been for the value of the colleagues that I have today, I wouldn't be where I am, because we sought a goal and we went and achieved that goal. So where are the opportunities in additive manufacturing? Additive manufacturing cuts across all industries. And one of the beautiful things about it is that you can get parts at a snap of a finger. But like I said, you need to know what you are doing. People talk about STEMI in South Africa. Do we understand what that means? I think in South Africa, we have done everything there is to do in the science, but we have not moved into the innovation side of things. So the additive manufacturing space is a new space where thinking and processing is currently being, at the forefront. So when you do enter that space, have it in your mind to say, I am going to innovate, I'm going to produce parts that are quality, and I'm going to sell to Gibela, this part, so that you see the economy growing. We stop importing these things from China. We start doing it from home. But yes, the necessity of all these things is for us to talk to the National Development Plan. Now, what is important for you, guests of honor today, when you get the award here, the trophy, please do not put it under your bed. Put it even on top of whatever highest peak you can find at home, so that it cultivates the culture of learning and excellence in the upcoming ones. Because if we hide the education that we get from the communities that we come from, then the idea of education is dead. It's not going to be lit. It's not going to be alive. What is important is when you go home and throw that graduation party, call everyone to come and see. Like I did for my PhD, I called the whole village. You know? Needless to say, I was the first person to have a PhD from my village. In the entire village. It's a huge village. I had called many of my compatriots to come and see the possibilities of education. What that meant is, today you know how many kids are receiving graduate certificate from the village that I come from. It came from a thought of not distancing myself from the troubles from where I come from. Yes, go live in the city, but do not forget, it's the village that has raised you. Take your engineering skill and go and implement it back at home. I do believe people like Prasa, the ones that Gibela is making the trains for, are looking for space, to operate and improve the railway or the transport sector of South Africa. If you go to Gibela and you enter that space of work and you don't talk that I don't have a train from where I come from, how else do you think they should know that there's no train from where you come from? Be the voice, because we have educated you as the village, as the communities, as the teachers, so that you would sort opportunities for us. But do not give your people things at the silver platter. They must work hard, like you have worked today. What we are saying to you is, the world of education is enormous. Please create your own space, but more importantly, do it with love, excellence, and endurance. And good luck to those who will be receiving their trophies today. And well done to those who did not get. This is a sign that you must work hard. Thank you.
It's very important. Today is one of those days where you can stand back and celebrate your achievements for two reasons. Firstly, it motivates yourself to carry on. Don't just keep your head down. There's always more goals to reach, as Mr. Sithole said. And then secondly, it inspires other people. Don't forget where you come from. That's great words. It's such a good feeling to stand up here. I'm sure you understand. To stand up here and tell everyone, this is what I achieved. You worked hard to get there, and what pride and joy you experience telling other people, this is what I achieved, because you know how hard you worked. I just saw this inspirational quote that my wife sent me this morning. It's always quoted wrong. It's always said Abraham Lincoln, but it's actually a philosopher, Butker, that said this. So you cannot help men permanently by doing for them what they can and should do for themselves. So your life, your success, it's in your hands. And with that, 3 very inspirational talks, I think it's time to get to the action of today, to the award ceremony. So I want to ask Mr. Sekano to come and head the awards part for their academic excellence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, or in your case, Doctor of Ceremony. Mine is a very simple task, as to announce who gets an award for which category. And I would like to appeal to the recipients of these awards that if I happen to butcher your name or your family name, prepare space for forgiving me at this point. The first recipient of Maths 1, the recipient is E.K. Kabamba. Looks like they're absent. Then we have a tie on Electrotechnology 1, that is NG Mukoko. And AD Chishungu. As we create space for them. She's here. She's over. Congratulations, Ms. Mukoko. We have an award for computer-aided drafting. One, that is EK Kabamba. Still not here. And then we'll pass to mechanical engineering drawing 1. That will be N Ndubeni. And then engineering. Congratulations, sir. We have SC Mtetwa for engineering communication. We have NG Mukoko again for mechanics 1. Moving forward to engineering work study 1 and S2, Mr. Manti. Does look like you brought some fans there, Mr. Manti. Manufacturing relations 2, MJ Mwamba. Congratulations, Mr. Mwamba. Production engineering, industrial 1. MB Mama Bolo. Qualitative techniques. Miss NG Mukoko. Miss Mukoko, may you wait a bit for Mechanical Manufacturing Engineering 2 award. You would have observed that there are some subjects or modules that are not called. The criteria was that the highest achievement has to be beyond 75. We didn't want mediocrity. At this stage, I would like to call on Ms. Mugogo to collect a trophy for best first-year student. Okay, Mara. Congratulations. You should give her applause. That's what I said. We move on to second year. Engineering Work Study 2, Artiane. Congratulations. We move on to Facility Layout and Material Handling 2, MJ Mwamba. Congrats, Mr. Mwamba. Mathematics 3, Ben Mama Bull. Ben. And then we move to Production Engineering Industrial 2, Artiani again. We move to Automation 3, Glenn Rachabedi. I think he's not here. I haven't seen him. Then we move Engineering Work Study 3, SS Muelen Zengwi. I think she mentioned that someone will collect on her behalf, but. And then Industrial Accounting, Ms. PM Sebaying. And then Industrial Engineering System Design, Mr. T. Chitenge. DJ Wako. Congratulations, sir. Oh. We have here an award for Industrial Leadership 3 that goes to O.D. Molea. Dev. And then Operational Research 3 that goes to Glenn Ratchabit. A lot of people that were calling here are not here. It's because they are mostly at work. I think they couldn't make it because of that. And then we move to our BTech degrees, BTech awards. Information Systems 4, Mr. Moshwati. Then Project Research 4, SS Mangwale. System Dynamics 4, ME Mahubani. And Logistics Engineering, Mr. Shamala. Production Technology 4, N. Naidu. Quality Assurance 4, M.E. Mahubani. And we have an award for the best BTech student based on average, JHS Motalan. In absentia, that will be all from me. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, everyone. Like I said, it's a great feeling to come and stand up in front here, isn't it? Well, that's twofold. So you know you won, but then you know there's a target on your back for next year or next semester, hey? So the guys are coming for blood. They want to beat you. All right. So thank you for the academic awards. Next are the South African Institute of Industrial Engineering Awards, the SAIE Awards. So I want to invite Mr. Kenneth Gafela to come to the front. Present the awards.
Manda. 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 Thank you very much, Program Director. This mic. Fellow compatriots, Mexists, Lenists, student leaders, the Student Faculty Council, the president of the most progressive university in the entire diaspora in terms of residences. Deputy President, you are recognized in our midst. Yeah, standing in front of you, it is the Education and Transformation Officer of TUT, which is the #1 University of Technology in Africa. Yeah, thank you. Before I can present these awards, I will then quote from Che Guevara. He said that the first duty of a revolutionary is to get educated because one will lead with common sense and gut feelings. And Amilcar Cabral, he then said that learn from life, learn from the experience of others, and also never stop learning. Because these comrades coming here and getting awards, and yourself are not getting anything, you must. I think you must learn from them. That's learning from the experience of others. And then when the leadership was here, he spoke about creating your own space. I remember when the former president of the country, Thabo Mbeki, when he was fighting against the monopoly capital, he then said that they were saying that they cannot employ people because they are not experienced. But he then said that, no, I cannot fight the monopoly capital based on violence, but I have to create my own space to fight against the monopoly capital. By then he then said that, okay, student will do 2 years of a theory and 1 year of practical. And that thing, it simply means that he fought against the monopoly capital strategically so. Yeah, let me not waste your time, but I'll be wrong by not quoting from the Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malema. He then said that it's when you learn, you realize that you don't know. But when you don't learn, you think that you know, because your mental capacity is limited. Yeah, let me go deep to the deepest, which is awards. They are saying SAIIE Executive Committee Recognition Awards. I will then call them one by one, because touching this hand is a privilege. Yeah, number one is AM Mashike. AM Mashike. Yeah, thank you very much, AM Mashike. Number two is GM Baloi. GM Baloi is not present. Number three is MCL Mujela. Yeah, a leader having many names, man. Number four is MM Makucha. Number five is N Mashaba. Number six is R Nemaranche. Number seven is TS Matlangu. Now we're moving to the Departmental Representative Council. It's leadership. Yeah, leadership must be recognized. Number one is MB Mama Bolo. Number 2 is MM Makucha. And then the last one is TS Matlangu. Comrades, let me take this opportunity before I close and thank the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, because such programs are programs that are wanted in the institution to appreciate good things that are happening academically. So, because the first priority for our students to be here, because our students are the major shareholders or the stakeholders of this institution. So appreciating them, it shows that you are rallying behind them. And equally thanking the HOD of the Department of Industrial Engineering. I know we met and then we differed there and there, but now is not that time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Khafela. You know a campaigner when you see one. When he comes up here, you can see everybody, the whole mood changes. Next up, we would like a word from Sai. So, Miss Wabaka. I'm also excited. I'm also worked up now. Miss Wabakwe, please come to the front.
Greetings to the House at large. I am Awakwe Mashike, the chairperson of Southern African Institute of Industrial Engineering, also known as SAI. SAI is a student chapter that was launched last year in 2017. Our motto is Igniting Excellence through Industrial Engineering. We as SAI aim to make a significant contribution to the students' institution, industry through collaboration and making use of industrial engineering techniques. To raise awareness of the importance of industrial engineering, to provide support, motivation, and encourage innovative thinking. To help the institution produce the best industrial engineering technicians and technologists. To expose and provide a better understanding of the industry to industrial engineering students. As a student chapter, we have managed to collaborate with Saibono, SAI, and the Department of Basic Education during the National Science Week in 2017. This has given us a platform to engage with young innovative minds and a group of talented students. It has also given us a platform to grow and raise awareness of the importance of industrial engineering. We've also managed to build relationships with organizations such as Muiponi Academic Science Center and other student chapters from the institutions such as University of Johannesburg and University of Pretoria. We would like to grow and expand and reach out to more people who don't know what industrial engineering is about. We are also grateful for the support our department, lectures, and our fellow industrial engineering students have shown us, and for that, we can never express our gratitude enough. I would also like to congratulate all the recipients of today's awards. Never stop reaching for the stars and continue inspiring excellence. To everyone else, I believe that it is never too late for us to academically slay, flourish, and blossom, because whatever a human mind can conceive and believe, it most definitely can achieve. And I would like to conclude by saying, and I quote, "If you are too afraid of failure, then you cannot possibly do what needs to be done for you to be successful." And I thank you.
Thank you so much for that great words. So before we move on to the very end, I would ask Prof. Mpolfu, the Gibela Research Chair, but I'm sure we all know him by now. He's been a great inspiration for me in the short time that I've been here as well, to award this special award for today's ceremony.
Hello everyone. How are you today? It fills my heart with a lot of joy to see some of the students who are here in S1, and I remember going to their classes and telling them that we're going to be having these awards, you must come and get those awards. And it fills my heart with great joy to see some of those students coming to the front and receiving the awards, because it tells me that we have young people who, when you speak, they listen. There is nothing as painful as being a lecturer and realizing that all your words just fall to the ground. But to realize that there are people who take those words, like that young man, what's his name? Mama Bolo. Where is he? Yeah, Mama Bolo. Can we give him a round of applause again? If that encouragement that I gave in that class of maybe 40, 80 students affected just one life, just like it has impacted Mama Bolo, because I'm definite that he was there and he was paying attention. And he didn't only pay attention, he went on to get the awards. And I want to, put him on the pedestal as an example of what we need to do when we go to those classes. And at the same time, I want to congratulate the S1 who they got the awards. You will see that it's only the S1 class that has the overall student. And the idea is that we encourage all our young learners as they come into the institution to perform excellently, as all the speakers have said. And well done to you. And my excitement is that you're a lady. And in line with Gibela's concept of empowerment, there's a high emphasis of having women. It's an engineering company, but there's a high emphasis of having engineers playing the key role. And my understanding, if I'm not wrong, Mr. Mutau, is that 50% of the people you employ are ladies, if not more. So to the ladies, I hope you can pick up the example of your name again? Mukoko, yes. Well done, Mukoko, and we hope that you continue to shine, as Dr. Swanapule said, that you must make sure that they don't catch up with you. But the game is on. I just want to also take some time just to reflect on the history of these awards, given that it's this occasion. And I saw our founding head of department, Dr. Kanakana, coming in, She has since left to Dr. Kanakana. Prof. Kanakana. Oh, it's now Prof. Oh, okay, I didn't get that one. So, Professor Kanakana Katumba, I want to say this to you today, especially now that she's here, that when she was the head of department, she had this idea about the awards, we had challenges with financing them, during the difficult years of our functioning as a department. But we're excited when Gibela came along, because Gibela has made this possible again. And I'm excited that she was able even to make time out of a busy schedule to show how passionate she is, not just about the profession, but about this department specifically here at TUT. So thank you for coming through. You can give her a round of applause. The reason why I'm here is to give the special awards. And I'm going to get to the special awards, but I just want to reflect on some of the things that have been said earlier on by Mr. Sitole. Thank you so much for the wonderful talk. I think it was very informative. Please hashtag your friends and tell them that they missed out. That, if you listen to what Mr. Sitole, just that part only, you will go further than the furthest. If there's the furthest, you go further than that. So please encourage. I know tomorrow is holidays, all of us are in a hurry to go and take it easy. But these opportunities and this information, people pay thousands of rand just to listen to this. Isn't that so, Mr. Mutau? People pay 10,000 rand just to go and listen to those speeches that encourage them in that manner. And unfortunately, some students feel that this is not important to them. So please encourage your friends to come along. Next day we'll have these awards again. And the idea is to come here, reflect on our journey as a department, as engineers, and what we are doing to take the country forward. So have a routine. Please take note of that from Mr. Stolle. And then Mr. Mutau said, excellence. The purpose of these awards, this is why we won't award you if you get less than 75. And this is why you see that there were no master students, because last year there was no master student that got more than 75. So we're not going to award mediocrity. Are master students in the house? Or BTech students who are aspiring master students will award you if you get 75. No 75, no award. So, as Mutawe said, because this is about celebrate, we rather come here and celebrate the few than celebrate mediocrity. We are not going to work with 35%. Right out of the window. And then, Dr. Totleng on additive manufacturing. Are you aware that, especially to our students, and this is serious, we have an additive manufacturing lab in our department. Are you aware of that? That we've got an additive manufacturing lab in our department? I see some people are amazed and they're starting to wink faster. So we do have an additive manufacturing lab in the department. And the purpose of that additive manufacturing lab is to ensure that we impart additive manufacturing skills. If you do not know about that lab, I see our capable technologist, Mr. Pulowa, right there at the back. Please engage him. He is responsible for that facility. The purpose of that facility is to impart those skills. Why are we imparting those skills? We're imparting those skills so that you guys can contribute to industry. The reason why we have the relationship with Gibela is so that some of you can go and work for Gibela, but not only that, certainly not, some of you can be suppliers to Gibela. And on that note, Gibela is a drive for black industrialists. Not black industrialists, these ones who are tenderpreneurs, who just transact and, add and subtract the profit and just go with the profit. People who have an understanding, a deep understanding of technology. And with mediocrity, there is no way that you're going to be competing with the Germans if you're working with mediocrity. You need to be excellent. You need to be on top of what you're doing. We're at a conference a few weeks ago in Greece, and there were so many Germans there, young people, who are taking that country forward. It's not what it is because of old people. It's what it is because of the young people who are willing to contribute to that economy. And we here can contribute to that in our country. If that is clear, you can clap your hands. So we are busy right now. Gibela has given us a letter of support to say that we must establish an incubator. So when we're saying that we want you guys to be black industrialists, we are creating the space for you, for those of you who are willing. Because if you're not willing, we are not going to take you to the river. But if you are willing, the river is there. You can come and drink. So we've got an incubator. The incubator is currently being set up. And the idea is that we incubate good business ideas from our students, which will not just end as ideas, but which will transit into being real businesses that will affect this economy in a real way, and not go and overpopulate the unemployment rate that is already overflowing, but contribute to creating jobs for readdressing the issues of poverty, unemployment, and inequality that the country faces. So I hope as you come here to get inspiration, you come here to get strength and motivation, not just to perform well, but to perform higher than the highest. And when you have done so, there's a space for you to work at Gibela, to be a supplier to Gibela, to be what you want to be, if you're willing to come and drink. So at this juncture, there are people that we need to recognize, and thank you to the leadership. Where is the leadership? I didn't forget your leadership, I want to quote that statement again that you said, just to re-emphasize it. I really liked it, where you said that the commander-in-chief said, when you learn, you realize you do not know. It takes some time in the shower to stay on your own and reflect on that statement. When you learn, you realize one thing: you don't know. When you do not learn, you think you know, because of your limited thinking capacity. So thank you, leader, for that. And the purpose of this award ceremony is not just for the people to come and receive it, it's for us to charge each other to go for the highest. We are one of the few industrial engineering departments in this country. And we want to be a leading industrial engineering department. I don't think there's an industrial engineering department that is an incubator in this country. We are going to be the first one to do that. And that journey, and I want to emphasize and underline this, that journey cannot be possible with mediocrity. UP, they have an industrial engineering that has been established there for years. You know, Dr. Swanepoel, I think, started there. But we want to surpass the University of Pretoria. And this is why we have partnered with Gibela in this initiative. And we hope that you guys can contribute to that conversation and realize that in the process of us learning, there are things that we do not know. And those things that we do not know, we will pursue them until we know them. Then we will know again that there are things that, yes, we know these ones, but there are things that we don't know, and the pursuit continues. So with these words, I want to usher in the special awards. The special awards are taken to recognize those people who have contributed to the research chair in various activities. So there's a young man called, actually it's all these awards, if you realize, they are for young people, you know. Mr. Mashala, where is Mr. Mashala? Mr. Nanzelele, if you can come and shake Mr. Mashala. Is there anyone who's representing Mr. Mashala? Did he come with his better half or something? He doesn't have. So who's going to represent Mr. Mashala? Mr. Mashala has supported us in most of the activities that we've had without necessarily getting any financial reward, as it were. Sulu, you can come and represent the honorable member. So we want to recognize Mr. Mashala and thank him for all the work that he has done, got out of his way to come and contribute to the initiatives that we are having. And that spirit of volunteering is the spirit that is required for us to be a better people. And I hope, as you have seen the SRC members, you know, who are also volunteering the time to lead in the institution, I don't think they get paid a salary to be leading, but they volunteer their services. And that is the caliber of people that we need. And then there's Mr. Ramatsetse. Who were taught drawing by Mr. Ramatsetse? You can see from the hands that he was doing a good job. But not only does he teach you, at our recently held conference, he was the director of the event. There are many initiatives that we're having in the department around the Indaba. There's going to be manufacturing Indaba, I think, in June. He's going to be taking a team there. He's currently funded by Mesita. He's not necessarily funded by Gibela, but he has been actively involved, and we want to take time to recognize the contribution that he has made and the determination that he has to see the department succeeding. So with that, next year hopefully we'll have special awards. Maybe you will come and inspire us to have other special awards. We are happy to consider that. But please, remember, if you think that you lack wisdom, James says that ask God and he gives you liberally. Thank you.
You know, at the Department of Industrial Engineering, I started in January, and I stand between a few pillars there, pillars of people that work the hours and do go to a lot of trouble for you guys, for the students, to make sure that days like today is possible. One of those pillars just spoke, and another one will speak now. Mr. Nanzelele, just to close as a word of thanks.
Good afternoon. How are you? Okay, unfortunately, I'm not going to speak today. We're in the business of developing people, and we have got a very wonderful person on my left-hand side, Miss Nkateko Maheso. She's the one who's going to do the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Tlotleng said there was no energy and it's a problem. The DJ was playing nice music. No one is dancing. No one is laughing. All we do is win, but dololo. Are you, guys, you are receiving awards and you're all gloomy. What's the problem? The problem is what you didn't get awards. You're the ones who didn't get, like leadership was saying, you didn't get. You will get next semester. Diploma, if you don't get, you will get BTech. There's still a chance. If you don't get BTech, you come back for masters. Until you get. Masters, if you don't get. Doctorate, PhD, you get. You also become a leader, like leadership was inspiring. You must also become leaders. I feel very inspired to be here. And my task today is the easiest one, but a very important one. I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for attending this prestigious function. English, my people. You must be leaders. No? Firstly, I would like to thank Ms. Mokolopo Tolu, and Mr. Sekano. Where's Mr. Sekano? Leadership. He's also part of the leadership. He's not here. You know him, he's your lecturer. You know that he's leadership. We are also thanking leadership for organizing the whole event. We would also like to thank Gibela for sponsoring this event via the chair, Prof. Mpofu. You see, people are doing big things. Hey, guys, stop playing. Mr. Mdau, thank you very much. To Gibela, I say always keep your purse open to projects that seek to develop the youth and our country. And Mr. Mudau has emphasized on this platform that the purse is open for 5 years. And if we keep on excelling, it will be open for another 5 years. So let's keep that money flowing from Mr. Mdau's pocket, from Gibela. Keep excelling, guys. The money is there. Did you not hear the money is there? The money is here. You must come and learn. I would also like to thank the Southern Institute of Industrial Engineering for putting a hand in sponsoring this award ceremony. To our guest speaker, Dr. Moname Tlotleng, thanks for your educational talk. I was very inspired. I'm under 30 as well. So I'm doing my master's. Before 30 doctorate, I will come and shake your hand and say, I made it, Mr. Tlotleng. To Mr. Arnold Sitole, who is one of our own as an alumni, always avail yourself for these important inspirational talks. Our students need this. Guys, you saw the vision board, the routines. Are you taking these things? Did you note them down? You must put it there even though your peers are laughing. I was putting a picture as well. I was putting myself there, doctorate, PhD someday. I will get there. So have those things, they're very important. I would also like to thank the Dean's Office through Prof. Caroline for blessing the event. I think you all met Prof. Caroline, very beautiful lady this side. She's Prof. Caroline, she's a lady. Prof. We are having professor ladies. Did you hear that? Prof. Professor Mpofu came and thanked Professor Ganagana, who's the dean at UNISA. When I started doing my diploma here, Professor Ganagana was the head of our department, and she was Dr. Ganagana when I met her. And then when I saw the call for papers the day before yesterday, and I looked at the bottom, I saw it said Prof. Ganagana, and I said, Evan. And then when did this happen? From doctor to prof, I'm also getting there. Professor Ganagana, you're not alone. Leadership. I'm under to the women. Women, the ladies, are you here? It's our platform. #MENATRASH. To our program director, Dr. Swanepoel, thank you for driving this Gibela train to its final destination. Thank you so much. I think this one you've all been waiting for, ne? Finally, I want to invite you all to join us outside this hall to enjoy our delicious meal. Thank you. Okay, whoa. We are still thanking. I made a mistake, I'm sorry. We must acknowledge our leaders. So we have a few gifts here. Mr. Sithole, leadership said to shake his hand is a privilege. So I will be shaking hands of people that I think are very privileged. So I'm an honored guest to shake Mr. Sithole's hand, and the people will be thanking today. So Mr. Sithole, please come and receive your gift. Oh, Mr. Sithole. I'm looking at that guy and I'm saying, Mr. Sithole. I'm sorry, Mr. Sithole. Guys, you're still not dancing, Patu. Hello? Yeah. You see? You're not dancing, guys. I would like to thank Mr. Mudau as well. Mr. Mudau? Okay, there's someone on his behalf. And last but not least, we would like to thank our young doctor, Dr. Moname Totleng. Hell no. Okay, guys, we must have respect. We're still young. Respect is very important. So as we exit, we must allow first our honored guests to exit, and after they've done so, the 2ET style, you can all just rush out the door. It's fine. Thank you.